ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి.
Morning, guys.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
So yesterday we have gone through DOS, DDoS, right?
Yes,
Today,
sir.
today we'll start with session hijacking. Just wait for 2-3 minutes, okay, so that everybody can get connected. Okay. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about session hijacking. Well, just for your general understanding, what is session hijacking? Session hijacking Session hijacking is a kind of mechanism where this attack allows the attackers to take over an active session by bypassing the authentication process. So in here, it will allow you to take this session. Means, let's say Varun is connected to, for example, a server. So I don't need to connect to the server, right? I will perform some sort of session hijacking attack and get the session of Varun, or perform the session hijacking attack to get the Varun session. Once I get the access, I can perform any action on that particular system. So in this module, we are aiming to provide comprehensive information on session hijacking. So here we will start with what is session hijacking, Then we'll perform some application level attacks, network level attacks. We will also check out some tools in terms of session hijacking, right? And how to secure, right? These all things we are going to check it out. Okay. So what is session hijacking? Session hijacking refers to an attack where an attacker takes over a valid TCP communication session between two computers. As you can see in the diagram, like a victim is connected to the server. I will do some sort of attack which will give us the session of this particular victim, right? Or I will perform some sort of man in the middle attack kind of thing. Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So earlier we have in the sniffing we have gone through like Kane enable and kind of tools, right? Where we have saw like we did nothing in the victim or something, right? But we were receiving the packets, right? We were receiving the passwords. So you are not able to modify, right? You can only sniff the packet. You can only see the packet. But now in this chapter, we'll be doing some more advanced. We'll be getting the packets plus it's our choice whether to modify or not, right? So here the attacker steals a valid second session ID where in which we can get into the system and snoop the data, modify the data, and do whatever we want. Even we can gain access to the machine, right? So attackers can use session hijacking to launch various kind of attacks, such as man in the middle attack, DOS attack, right? So in MITM attack, means man in the middle attack, the attacker places himself between the client and the server, as you can see in the diagram. And session hijacking enables attackers to insert themselves in between the authorization, or you can say in between the authorized clients in the web server to ensure information flowing in either direction must pass through them. So the client and the server believe that they are directly communicating with each other, as you can see in the diagram, right? However, the traffic between them passes through the attacker. An attacker can sniff sensitive information and disrupt the sessions to cause DOS attack, to cause various attacks. Okay? So why session hijacking is successful, right? Because there is no account logout, right? There is no security for the session IDs, right? Usually developers perform indefinite session expiry time. For an example, you log into Facebook. After 10 days also, if you don't perform logout, you will be able to access Facebook. Means there is no session expiry, right? It should be expired in 1 or 2 hours max, right? So that if you forget to log out, it will automatically log out so that your account will be secure. Nobody can use the same session ID in order to log into your account. Getting my point? So weak session ID generation algorithm are used, right? Or small session IDs are used like ID equals to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So don't use such, right? Most computers using TCP/IP are very much vulnerable, and insecure handling of session ID is also one. And nobody secure or prevent the session attacks, or nobody even use encryption in order to successfully secure this type of vulnerability. So furthermore, you can see clear text transmission and such things can be useful as well, right? If I show you the process, right, there are lots of the attacks happening in the world, right? But session hijacking is among the most sensitive, you can say, attack. Why? Because here the attacker can sniff the data, he can monitor the data, he can desynchronize the session, he can predict the session, and he can, after once he get inside, he can perform command injection attack, and he can get the access as well. Okay, so this chapter session hijacking is all about session, right? So in OSI layer, we have gone through one layer called as session layer, right? Which I said is responsible for generating the session, for managing the session, for terminating the session. So when you initiate a particular session, session layer creates a session ID, and the session ID is the critical element here. Okay. Now an attacker can do two types of things in order to get the session ID. Right. Number one, he can predict the session, means he can guess like this can be the session ID. How? By checking out two, three sessions and then predicting, okay, it can be this one. Or else he can perform, he can sniff that data, or he can also perform brute force, as you can see here. So these are the key ways brute forcing, right? It will take time, but he might get success. I said he might can get success, okay? It doesn't mean he will. Number two, stealing means he will sniff the data and use the same session ID of somebody, and he can calculate by randomly watching out two, three session IDs and then calculate accordingly. For an example, you see here. So brute force, this is by brute force, okay? So you can see this is one URL, this is second URL, this is third URL. Okay, guys, have a look here. So you can see the session IDs out here, right? VW30 something, and you can see the same, you can see the same, right? So this is one. Okay, check out double 21015 18909. You can see here 20803 22507. So it is in series, right? Till 5 it is same. Can you see that, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So till 5 is same. I don't need to worry about the first few letters. It is just about a change in the last 5 letters. So I will perform brute force on that particular 5 letters to get the valid session ID. Right? You can see the design as well. Like for example, using a referrer attack, attacker tries to lure a user to click on the link on another website. The idea here is a fake URL, mysite.com, where he will get the URL like referees my webmail something, and attacker will get the directly session ID like this. So forget about the remaining part, but you can see the 5 letters, which can be easily brute force or guessed. Right? If you calculate the image, right, you can see it is 18, 20, 22 means it's a difference of 2, right? And then if you calculate here 909, 803, 507, so it is a difference of nearly uh, you can see 9 and 8. So what difference of 1? Then 3 and 5 difference of 3. So it is an odd number. So 1, 3 and then 5. So the next letter can be 2, 4. Then it can be difference of 7, right? So 7 plus 5, 5 plus 7 means 3, 5 plus 5 10. So it can be like 250 something. Then here you can see 9 3, so difference of 6, 6 plus 1 7. So I can take like difference of, you can see again here it is 4, 4 plus 1 5. So I can say the next number will be 25005. Can you understand that logic calculation? Hello. So this way you can predict. Okay, this is just a prediction. It is nothing. Doesn't mean it can be legitimate or it can be valid. It is just prediction. You can try. Okay. So once you get the number, you can see you can have multiple things. Once you get some numbers, you can perform the attacks, right? With that particular session IDs. If the session ID is successful, you will be able to get the access. Simple. So here you can see HTTP referral attack. So what is HTTP referral attack? in HTTP referral attack, attacker tries to lure a user to click on a link on another website. Means it is a kind of social engineer attack where I will send you a URL and uh, trick you with something so that you can click on this URL, right? And the URL here it is, let's say attacker is setting mysite.com. If you will click, it will open a website, and that website will be shown something www.mysite.com, but you are going to redirect to my www.mywebmail.com. And the thing is, because you guys don't log out, there will be a session ID already stored in your browser. So this session ID will be forwarded to the attacker, right? So he will sniff your session ID directly. So what is the difference between spoofing and hijacking? So in spoofing, the biggest difference is, see, in spoofing, right, there is no direct communication between victim and server, right? Everything is going through attacker and attacker is forwarding. Something comes up from the server, server will send to attacker, attacker will send it. Getting my point? Whereas in hijacking, you are not terminating the session of victim. Victim is only communicating, but you are monitoring the session, right? And once the victim is going to terminate a session, you are just monitoring as of now. Once the victim is done with this session, you will stop the session. And so let's say victim is saying log out. So you will stop that logout message, and then you will use the same session ID in order to connect to the server. Now the server will understand, okay, this is John. So your session won't be logged out, but it will be used by attacker. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
You can see this is the process which I have told you earlier. So there are, again, as I said earlier from the one, there are two types of attack, active and passive, right? Here as well, you can see there are two types, active and passive. So in active, the attacker finds an active session and takes over. In passive, the attacker hijacks a session and watches and records all the traffic that is being sent from the original sender. Okay? What is the difference? Here, in active, let's say you are connected to Facebook. So I will take over your current session. So you won't get the access. I will take over. Right? You will get some error message, but I will take over the session as I am you. Right? Whereas in passive, I will wait for your termination thing. I will monitor until you are done. Once you get say log out, I will take over your session so that you won't uh, think like something happened. You will not know that I have taken your access. Getting my point? So there are two types of hijacking: network level, application level. So in network level, it can be intercepted, right? In network level, the attacker will intercept the packets, right? In network level hijacking, it can be done as a interception of packets during the transmission between the client and server in a TCP UDP session. What does it mean? It means if the successful attack happens with network level hijacking, it will provide the attacker with the crucial information which will be used to attack the application level sessions, right? And most of the attackers perform network level hijacking because they do not require to modify the attack on a web application, right? See, there are lots of the applications which are based on network, right? For example, you based on protocol. Earlier we have gone to telnet, right, and SSH, where we have used gain enable to get the password, right? So if you get this type of password, you don't need to worry. You can directly later connect, right? So this is one attack, network level. Application level is something. like application level hijacking is about gaining control over HTTP session, means a web application, right? By obtaining the session ID. So you need to get the session ID of web application, and in the application level, the attacker gets control of the existing session and can create new unauthorized sessions by using stolen data of yours. In general, occur together according to the system being attacked. So what are the types of application level hijacking? You can see here. So application layer hijacking, the attacker obtains the session ID. You can see the flow, right? The attacker obtains the session ID to get control over an existing session or to create a new unauthorized session, right? And in here, we will be taking lots of the, you can say, hijacking mechanism where attacker steals or predicts a valid session. First, it will be prediction to gain unauthorized access to a web server. Usually, network level and application level session hijacking occur together. Uh, and this is because a successful network level session hijacking provides the attacker with a lot of information, ample information, sensitive information to perform the application level session hijacking. Right? So what attackers can do, he can steal the information, he can guess the session ID, he can steal the session ID, he can brute force the session ID, which we have gone through earlier, right? So here is one of the, you can say, sessions. So see here. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4 session IDs, right? Now how will you predict the session? Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So these are the 4 sessions you have captured with the help of Wireshark or Kane enable, whatever. So these are 4 sessions, you can see. Now the syntax is something designed by the developer. This is JBex. Then it is a date time. You can see 21 of September 2010. And this is the time when the session ID will be created. So this is good. It is very secure, right? So you can direct it will, but it is having a lots of issues as well, right? Because there is no need to remember these IDs, right? Right? It is complex. So if I say about today's session, it will be JBax 28102022, and the time will be 10:11 and any seconds, right? 52, 53, something, whatever. This can be session ID, right? But it will be secure as well. Nobody can guess what will be the session ID of yours. So lots of attacks I can do with this. Man in the middle attack, man in the browser attack, right? What is man in the browser attack? Man in the middle we have gone through in sniffing, right? Where can enable we have used to gather the password. But what is man in the browser? So man in the browser is a kind of attack where we will be using a Trojan horse, a particular malware, to intercept the calls between the browser and its security mechanism or libraries. Means it is completely based on browser. From the name itself, you can identify it is a browser-based attack. Okay, so it is a browser-based attack, and it works only when the browser is running. If you close the browser, the attack will be stopped. Okay, and its main objective is to cause financial deception by manipulating the transactions or anything, but you can also get the access as an attacker, okay, to the machines. So it can be lots of the steps, right? You can see there are 8, 9 steps written, but you know what, there is very less amount of steps. Okay, at the first it says you have to create a Trojan, then you have to install the Trojan into, let's say, any extension, send that extension to the browser, to the victim so that he can install the extension, right? Then what you have to do is you have to load the extension and log the user, and when the extension is called, you will get the access. So it's not like that. That is also one type of attack, but I will show you a easiest method of it. Okay, it will be fun. But now, to perform the man in the browser attack or any further attacks, right? It is all, see, browsers understand XML language, browsers understand HTTP, JavaScript, then they understand the CSS, right? CSS means cascading style sheets. Okay, so these are the languages our browsers understand. So whatever our browser understands, we have to send the packets, we have to send the queries, we have to send the malicious information in the language the browser understands, right? Guys, getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understand. Yes, sir.
For example, if I want something from you, I want to tell you in your understandable language, right? If you don't know Arabic and I'll say you in Arabic, you won't understand what does it mean, right? So you better know English or Telugu. So I can speak Telugu in order to get the information whatever I wanted from you, right? So this is the basic thing. So here our browser understand XSS, that is cross-site scripting attack. Sorry, browser understand JavaScript, right? So we will send the packets in JavaScript format. Now, whatever attack I am going to do with JavaScript, that type of attack is called as cross-site scripting, where I am going to send some injection packets, injection the kind of the JavaScript code in which it will be some malicious scripts injected to get the website contents. Okay. Now, as the browser understands JavaScript, the script will be executed, and if executed, it is going to run my malicious code in order to get the details, whatever I am getting, right? This is what is happening. This all scripting attacks is in the web application, so don't worry on the web application side, we will take care of it later, right? So here is session fixation attack. What is session fixation attack? Session fixation attack allows an attacker to hijack a valid user session. See, it is the same thing in next 64 slides, repeatedly coming again and again and again and again. Okay? There are two types of method, three types of method as I said earlier in session hijacking. Number one, predict the session. Number two, if any session is already going on, you can hijack that session, right? Number three, you can go with passive method. That is, if any session is going on, you can monitor and you can hijack when the original user is done with that particular session. Okay, so that you can make use of that session. So server will understand like the session ID is used by the original user and not you. Okay, these only three things are there. Session fixation is something where you can take the valid user session, hijack the one. Okay, the second attack. How you can do it? You have to exploit the vulnerability with the help of fixed session ID. You have to understand, okay, so you have to send the mail with a particular URL or something where if he will clicking, you will get a cookie. Cookie is a particular, you can say, code which is used by our browsers in order to save the username and password. Okay, it is an encrypted format, right? It is used so that you don't need to again and again authenticate to the server. Okay, so cookie is a particular code, as in you can say authenticate authorization, so that you can use you can access the server. Okay, so if somebody gets your cookie, he can get to your account, right? So here you can see when you click on it, it will authenticate with your cookie. Once you click on it, the same cookie, the attacker will also log in. See here with the same URL, right? Now he will be getting the session ID different. You will be getting session ID different, but the attacker will later use your cookie in order to log into your account. Okay. So what are the attacks you can do with session hijacking network level? So you can perform blind hijacking, you can get the packets, you can get the any access to the ports, access to the protocol services, right? In sense, the system access, right? But what you need to do is you need to predict the session, right? Like what are the session IDs in network level? The session IDs are pretty complex. You have to understand what are the session IDs first. So in order to do that, you have to spoof the IP of the destination machine. And the best part is, if you are using IP version 4, you will be getting IP conflict. So in order to spoof the IP, the machine should be switched off, the victim machine, so that you can use that particular IP. Or else you can use the source routed packets. Means you are going to send the packet to his machine, and his machine is going to forward it to the original server, kind of mechanism. So what are the tools we are going to use? You can see Paros, Burp Suite, Airship, lots of the tools. Now I am going to show you Burp Suite, but not today, right? Burp Suite will be in the web application stuff in upcoming 2-3 days. So we'll be waiting for that. Okay. What are the countermeasures? But apart from that, I'm going to show you some new tools which are not there in these slides. Okay. So what are the solution? Well, solution is something where you can use a secure communication HTTPS connection. Number two is always perform the expiry time of the particular session. Session ID should be long with a long random numbers, right? It should be encrypted as well from the user side as well as server side, right? The same thing. Okay. And cookies should also be restricted along with the IP address. You should not click on malicious content, right? You should always go for the obfuscation methodology. Okay, then you should keep your data confidential and sensitive. Okay, now there is a concept called IPsec, which has nothing to do with the current network level, or you can say application level stuff, but it is based on session, right? So when somebody connects, right, whether with I'm talking about the network, right? So when somebody connect to a network, usually it is a normal connection. But let's say if you right now we are into an environment where work from home is happening from lots of the companies, or in COVID situation as well. So IPsec is a kind of protocol suite, right? Which is having a set of protocol designed and developed by IETF to secure IP packets. And whatever the data is sending and receiving from both the end server to client, client to server, it is going to secure that packets, right? By encrypting it, right? By multiple mechanisms, right? Well, we can also use this particular protocol suite in VPN technology, that is virtual private network, which is used for, you can say, giving access to your internal network from the public network, right? For example, I want to connect to my office machine. I will use VPN to connect to my office server, and then it is giving me access to my inside network. So I can use VPN. Now, how it works? It is going to connect with IPsec connectivity. So it will create a virtual tunnel from source to destination. So when somebody connect to your network, right? So going to set the connect, and there is one more tunnel going to be connected inside the primary tunnel, means second tunnel, which is going to encrypt the data packets, whatever I'm going to send with multiple encryption algorithms, and all the data packets are going to be sent inside from the second tunnel. Okay, so that if the first tunnel is, you can say, cracked, the second tunnel will secure your data. And the best part is, before sending the packets, my machine is also going to encrypt the packet. You can see the third level of security, right? And the receiver side, whoever receives, it is going to decrypt the packet. So in the middle of the transaction, nobody can get the data. That is what the power of IPsec is. When I'm talking about IPsec, there are two modes in IPsec. Guys, getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
there are two modes in IPsec: transport mode and tunnel mode. Both of them are used to secure. In transport mode, both of the machines are authenticating itself and has an option to encrypt the data transfer, right? But in tunnel mode, the data is first encapsulated, mean encrypted, then it is sent. In transport mode, the tunnel is encrypted, right? Sorry, in transport mode, the data is encrypted, the tunnel is not encrypted, right? Or so you need to encrypt the data, then send the data. In tunnel mode, the data is encrypted from the user side and the tunnel is also encrypted. So tunnel mode is more secure, right? But transport mode has a NAT option, as tunnel mode don't have NAT option. So doesn't matter. It's all depending on the network administrator. Well, when I'm talking about IPsec security architecture, it supports two of the protocol suites. You can see AH means authentication header and ESP encapsulation security payload. AH will only encrypt the header of the uh, data. Okay, it won't encrypt the data. Keep that noted. The data will be encrypted from the user side. So whatever the data is going to forward, whatever the OSI is going to do, it is going to encrypt the header. So nobody will understand the data belongs to from which user it is sent, from which to which destination is going to send, like that. Nobody will have an idea of it. But and also it have the authentication algorithm. So username, password, and such things. Whereas in ESP, it is going to encrypt the data. It is going to secure the tunnel. It is going to encrypt the header. Everything will be encrypted with some encryption algorithm, right? And then it will be DOI, right? What is DOI? DOI is such thing where it is going to check the domain of interpretation. It is nothing but just a document which defines all the security parameters. Okay. Well, why this is required? Because see, everything is encrypted. How will the source or destination will understand what type of security tools are going to use, what type of security algorithms are used? So if it is encrypted from one side, how will the second side will know that these are the algorithms we need to use to decrypt the data, right? So DOI is the document for all these tunnels and all these tools and kind of things. Okay. And lastly, it is all managed with the key management. So key management, there are two types of keys: symmetric key, asymmetric key, right? Symmetric key means uh, the same key will be used for encryption and decryption both. It is kind of our door lock where we use the same key for locking the door and opening the door, right? So that is called a symmetric algorithm. Asymmetric key is something where there are two keys, public key and private key, where alternate keys are used. If I am locking the door with public key, then you need a private key to unlock the door. It's like that. And if I am locking the door with private key, I need public key to unlock the door. Like that. So IPsec you supports both, but if you select asymmetric key, the level of security will be increased. Okay. Any questions still here? Guys, any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So now I am going to show you a particular practical of session hijacking. It will be fun. For that, I need a tool. Bobsuit is also fine, or I am going to use a free tool, OWASP Zap. Can you see here this one? Right, it is free. You can download it from here. Okay. See, free download. You can download, install, next, finish. Okay. Nothing much. I'm just double clicking on it.
చెక్ ప్లేస్మెంట్ తర్వాత కాదు ముందే ఇవ్వాలి సెక్యూరిటీ పర్పస్ మీద అంటే జనవరి డేట్ వేసి ఇవ్వాలి అదేం యూజ్ చేయడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ ఉండదు అంటే మీ పేరెంట్స్ ఉన్నా పర్వాలేదు
You can see there are lots of the tools needs update because I'm not using the latest version. Okay, you can see the latest version is already available 2.12.
జాబ్ వస్తే దాంట్లో నుంచి
So there are two options. If I upgrade, I can go to the latest version or else fine.
పర్వాలేదు ప్రెసెంట్ జస్ట్
Okay,
సెక్యూరిటీ పర్పస్కి
so
తర్వాత
let's do one
మళ్ళీ
thing.
ఆన్లోడ్ అయ్యే 10 days ముందు అప్పుడు
I'll remove this version and show you download the latest version and show you the tool in the latest version. Fine. So that you can also see how to install and everything.
మీ మెయిల్ ఐడి అను మీ ఫ్రెండ్ నెంబర్
So let me uninstall this software first.
చెక్కి కూడా ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేశారు కదా ఇంట్లో ఆహా చెక్ది ఇప్పుడు మనీ ఏం లేదు జస్ట్ సెక్యూరిటీ పర్పస్కి
It's here.
ఎందుకంటే క్యాండిడేట్స్ బ్యాక్ అవుట్ అవ్వకుండా అది ఒక సెక్యూరిటీ పర్పస్ మీద తీసుకుంటాము దాంట్లో ప్రాబ్లం ఏమి ఉండదు చెక్ ఒకటి పోస్ట్ చేయాలన్నమాట ప్రతి క్యాండిడేట్స్ మన దగ్గర వచ్చిన వాళ్ళందరూ ఇచ్చారు అంటే ప్రతి దానికి ఇలా సెక్యూరిటీ పర్పస్ మీద అది మ్యాండేట్ ఒక రూల్ లాగా ప్రాబ్లం ఏమి ఉండదు నేను చెప్తున్నాను జస్ట్ అది సెక్యూరిటీకే పంపిస్తాను ఓకే సో ట్రైనింగ్ అప్పుడైతే మీరు కన్ఫామ్గా ట్రైనింగ్ ఇది రెగ్యులర్గా అటెండ్ అయితే మోస్ట్లీ మీకు ఆన్బోర్డ్ అయ్యారు అంటే మీరు సెలెక్ట్ అవుతారు జాబ్ వాళ్ళు చెప్పేది ఏంటి సారీ అర్థం కాదు టఫ్ ఏమి ఉండవు జస్ట్ మీకు ట్రైనింగ్లో ఫ్రెషర్గానే వెళ్తున్నారు కదా
You can see it is removed.
మీరు ట్రైనింగ్లో ఏం అంటే ఏం విన్నారో
So I'm going to
బేసిక్
download this
అర్థమవుతుంది
new tool, right?
నెక్స్ట్ మీ ట్రైనింగ్లో ట్రైనర్ కూడా మీ అప్డేట్ ఇస్తారు
You
కదా
can see
మీరు
2.12,
వింటున్నారా లేదా సో అలా
64 bit
అది
download.
కూడా చూస్తాం రెగ్యులర్గా ఉండి జస్ట్ బేసిక్ కొంచెం
Okay.
జాగ్రత్తగా చెప్పినా కూడా మీకు మీరు తీసుకుంటారు ఓకే ఫైన్ మీ మెయిల్ ట్రైనింగ్ మీదే ఉంటాయి బేసిక్ ఉంటాయి మీకు ఏం చెప్పారో దాని మీద ఉంటుంది ఓకే మీ పేరు రమేష్ కదా ఓకే మీ మెయిల్ ఐడి పంపించండి నేను మెయిల్ షేర్ చేస్తాను అండ్ మీ ఫ్రెండ్ నెంబర్ కూడా పంపిస్తే నేను తనతో మాట్లాడి తనకు కూడా మెయిల్ షేర్ చేస్తాను
Open the location. Okay, so you can see I'm removing the old one, installing the latest one.
Hello?
It's my physical machine, okay?
Okay, fast out here.
Next, I accept. Next, you can see custom standard installation. You can go with custom as well, depending on your choice. But standard is good one. You can go with standard. It includes everything. And finish. Okay. Run as admin. Select no to do not store the session content. Now, I'll plus here and say break so that I can see if something is stopped. Okay. This is a kind of proxy kind of tool. Okay. So what you have to do is, guys, first go to tools and say options. Okay, without this setting it won't work. So go to dynamic SSL certificate. Okay, you can see it will be moved to the new certificate section. Okay, so it's something here in the certificates. What you have to do is this certificate will be valid for few number of days. Just say save. No need to change any location, just say save. Replace it, yes. Okay, and once it is done, you can see this local proxy setting. So see the port number, it is working on port number 8080. Okay, click on OK. Now, in order to work with this tool, I am going to use Mozilla Firefox. I'm going to the settings section and I'll search for proxy setting and select manual proxy for HTTP this and select this checkmark. An important element is this port number 8080 which you need to forward. Okay, once you are done with this, okay, let's try to check with, let's say I'm going to Bing website. See, it is going to come somewhere advanced and you will be seeing the certificate. The certificate is nothing but the certificate of your OAS. You can see, guys, getting the point. So you have to
Yes,
accept
sir.
this. So either use this Firefox and add the certificate. How you can do is you can go to the settings section, search for the certificates, or you can, if you want, if you're using Google Chrome, no need to do these things. Okay, this right now what I am going to show, this certificate ID, this is only required when you are using Firefox or any other browser. Okay, if you are using Chrome, no need, keep that noted. Your certificate which you have added, you can see here, you have to add manually in Firefox. That is why this error comes. Okay, so now if you just go to google.com, have a look. It's working, right? and it's showing also like you are into the Zap kind of thing. And you will also get the packets. You can see here Google, 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 Google. So now it's working fine. Okay, guys, can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So coming to the element, now let's perform the practical. Okay. So for practical, what I am going to do is I'm going to Bing.com website. Bing.com. Okay. Continue. You will see the Bing.com here somewhere. Here you can see Bing. It's fine. Okay. It's loaded properly. It's cool. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this green button. Can you see this round circle green button, guys?
Yes, sir.
I'll click on it so that it can stop sending the packets and show me here. Have a look what I'm going to do. Okay, pretty simple thing. I'm going to search for cars, CARS. Enter. The normal thing you guys are doing, right? So you can see it is a in break section. Some packets are coming for search. I'm not going to do anything here. So I'm going to send to the next request or response. So breakpoint. See, this is normal, right, guys? Yes or no? You are searching cars, the output of cars are coming. This is normal, yes? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm going to perform the attack. Okay, have a look. So first I'll stop it and again I'll go to Bing.com. It's loaded as earlier it happened, right? Now attack, okay. Keep that noted. Again started. I'll search for cars. Enter. It's coming the same widget here. This time I'm going to click on this. Again this. Until I'll see the cars here, I'll just click on this button.
బాగుంటుంది 2 monthsలో మీకు జాబ్ వస్తుంది ఒకవేళ జాబ్ రాకపోతే మీ సర్టిఫికేట్ మీకు వెరిఫై
Can you see search
వెరిఫికేషన్ స్టార్ట్
question
చేయడానికి
mark
మేము
cars?
కూడా వెరిఫై చేస్తాం
So in here, I'm
జాబ్
going to
వస్తుంది
say
వెరిఫై
cake.
చేస్తాము జాబ్ వస్తుంది
Same way, check the
టైమింగ్స్
complete
ఏంటి
line.
రిక్వెస్ట్
It should be cake.
పెట్టండి
Okay.
అయితే
So this
మార్నింగ్
request is going to
సెవెన్
send to
నుంచి
this server of Bing.
జరుగుతుంది
Okay. Definitely he will receive the cake request. So server will send the reply of cake.
కాన్సన్ట్రేట్గా వినండి
Right.
నెట్వర్క్ స్టాఫ్ అలా ఉండొచ్చు టైమింగ్స్ ఇంకా తెలియదు క్లియర్గా
You can see here is my
ట్యాప్
response.
చేయండి దాంట్లో నుంచి అడుగుతుంది
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the cake with cars because the user sent the cars message, right? So title is changed. This is HTML. Just relax.
పేరెంట్స్
Okay. The next is what else? This is title. So I am going to search for, let's say, search.
ఓకే అని చెప్తే మేము విత్డ్రా చేసుకోలేము పోస్ట్ డేటెడ్ చెక్ అంటే విత్డ్రా చేసుకోలేము కదా జాగ్రత్త ఓన్లీ జస్ట్ ఫర్ సెక్యూరిటీ పర్పస్కి మాత్రమే ఓకే మీరు నాకు మీ పేరెంట్స్ ఓకే అంటే మెయిల్ పెడతారా సేమ్ నెంబర్కి టెక్స్ట్ మెసేజ్ సెండ్ చేయండి మీ బ్రాంచ్ ఏంటి సిఎస్సి సేమ్ ఇయర్ 2021 20
Okay. Or else you can say index, something.
2020 ఓకే ఈ 2020
Or possibly if you can directly search for cars will be more better.
పేరెంట్స్ని అడగండి
Likewise
అడిగి
this.
నాకు ఒకసారి టెక్స్ట్ మెసేజ్ పెట్టండి మెయిల్ ఐడికి ఓకే నేను మళ్ళీ మీకు
Sorry, we have
లింక్
gone through
పెడతాను
cake, right? So
మీరు
cake.
రివర్ట్ బ్యాక్గా మీ
You can say the link has cake, cake, cake. I'm looking for this one. Type search equals to cars. I replace with cake. What it will do is earlier I have replaced the title, right? So title will replace the content on the top here. Now this is what the search bar is. So if I replace the content in here, type search values equals to cars. So this value will show me cars. Okay.
లేదు మీకు స్టార్టింగ్ ప్యాకేజెస్
If you want to change something else, like you can search for
మేము ఆల్రెడీ రీజనబుల్ ప్రైస్లో
images.
బడ్జెట్ని ఫిక్స్ ప్రైస్ ఏమి
Forget it. This is more than
లేదు
sufficient.
లేదు ఎవరు అంటే
Send
అలా
and
ఏం
play.
లేదు సార్ తగ్గించరు
See the output, guys.
ఆల్రెడీ లో బడ్జెట్లోనే ఇస్తున్నాం మేము అందరికీ
Title, search. So the user search for cars, and you modify the data and show him the kit details. You can see even here the cars are searched. Did you like the practical, guys?
Yes, sir.
పెట్టండి కలర్ కాంటాక్ట్ షేర్
Can
చేయండి
you do it?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Just a sec.
డాక్యుమెంట్ ఏమి రెడీ లేకుంటే పోస్టేజ్ చెక్
Okay, guys. So I'm giving you a task. You have to search for um, the same practical again, right? And another thing I'm giving you a task is, let's say you have to search for Ferrari, and I want the results of Mercedes. Can you do it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes,
how
sir.
much time you need?
హీరోయిన్స్
So you have guys 30 minutes to perform this practical. Then I'll show you one more practical with the same methodology. Okay. So I'm starting up the timer.
purposes. Yeah. Wow. Actually. Basic candidates. Hello. Hello. Good morning. I'm speaking with Naresh Murthy. Hi, my name is Janvi. I'm calling from Appraisal Staffing and Solutions. I called you regarding a job opportunity. Are you looking for a job right now? Okay, currently we are holding training on Salesforce and testing. Are you interested? Later we'll place you in job vacancies. Which one are you? What's your education qualification? MCA. So you are eligible for testing. Yeah. Testing training will be for 45 days. After completion of training, we will place you in job vacancies. Once we will get the offer letter from the company, we have to pay 75,000. Are you interested? Sorry. If you didn't get any job from the company, then we won't charge you anything. We are calling from Guntur. Guntur, Andhra Pradesh. Are you interested? మీరు ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఉన్నారా? ప్యాకేజెస్ వచ్చేసి 3.5 నుంచి 4 LPA వరకు ఉంటుంది. మీకు జాబ్ రాకపోతే మేమేం మనీ ఛార్జ్ చేయము. జాబ్ వస్తేనే అమౌంట్ పే చేస్తాం. జాబ్ రాకపోతే ఏం ఛార్జ్ చేయము. 2 monthsలో జాబ్ వస్తుంది. 45 days ట్రైనింగ్ తర్వాత మేము క్లయింట్స్ ఉంటారు, మీకు మేము ఇంటర్వ్యూ షెడ్యూల్ చేపిస్తాము. ట్రైనింగ్లో ఏదైతే అడుగుతారో క్వశ్చన్, ఐ మీన్ ఏవైతే మీరు నేర్చుకుంటారో దాని మీదే క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతారు ఇంటర్వ్యూలో. అంటే మీకు ఎలిజిబుల్ లేదు. ఎంసీఏ వాళ్ళకి ఓన్లీ టెస్టింగ్లోనే ఉంది ఎలిజిబిలిటీ. అంటే మా దగ్గర ఉన్న క్లయింట్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ని బట్టి మేము చెప్తాం కదా. సో వాళ్ళు బీటెక్ వాళ్ళు సేల్స్ఫోర్స్ కావాలంటే సిఎస్సి, ఐటీ, ఈసీ వాళ్ళని తీసుకుంటాము. జావా వచ్చి ఉండాలి వాళ్ళకి అందరికీ. ఎంసీఏ వాళ్ళకైతే ఇప్పుడు జస్ట్ ఎంసీఏ, బీఎస్సీ కంప్యూటర్స్, ఎనీ డిగ్రీ వాళ్ళకి టెస్టింగ్ వైపు చెప్తున్నాం. ఒకసారి నేను సార్ని అడిగి చెప్తాను ఏ విషయము. మీరు ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఉంటే చెప్పండి, నేను సార్ని అడిగి చెప్తాను. జాబ్ అయితే గ్యారంటీగా వస్తుంది పక్కాగా. మీరు డైలీ 45 days క్లాస్ మిస్ అవ్వకుండా క్లాసెస్ అటెండ్ అయితే ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెసే. సేల్స్ఫోర్స్ అయితే 3 weeks ట్రైనింగ్ ఉంది. సేల్స్ఫోర్స్కి అయితే మా ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్లో వచ్చి మీరు నేర్చుకోవచ్చు, క్లాస్ వినొచ్చు. టెస్టింగ్ అయితే అవ్వలేదు. 45 days ట్రైనింగ్ మీరు ఇంట్లోనే నేర్చుకోవచ్చు. అలా లేదు. జాబ్స్ ఇప్పుడు మేము ఆల్రెడీ సైబర్ సెక్యూరిటీ మీద చేస్తున్నాము, వాళ్ళు ప్లేస్ అవుతున్నారు స్టూడెంట్స్. ఇంకా ప్రీవియస్గా కూడా మేము జావా మీద బ్లూ ప్రిజన్ మీద చెప్పాము, దాంట్లో కూడా చాలా క్యాండిడేట్స్ ప్లేస్ అయ్యారు. ప్లేస్ అవ్వకపోతే మేము మేమైతే మనీ ఛార్జ్ చేయడం లేదు. ప్లేస్ అవ్వకపోతే 5 months డైరెక్ట్ అయితే ఇప్పుడు మేము ఈ వీకెండ్ జాబ్ గురించి ఏమైనా ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఉన్నారా? गुंटूर है तुम्हारा लोकेशन किधर? इसे किसी इंटरेस्ट है जिससे DSG क्या बोला? इंटरेस्ट है उसे क्या है तो नो प्रॉब्लम। अच्छा इसमें तो कोड होगा उसे फर्स्ट 6 मंथ्स 15,000 देते हैं उसके बाद 25,000 का DSG कंपनी लोकेशन बैंगलोर फर्स्ट रिटर्न टेस्ट है हमें क्लियर करते जस्ट टू फेस टू फेस इंटरव्यू एक ही नहीं करेगा उसका कम्युनिकेशन करते हैं फेस टू फेस नहीं करेगा फेस टू फेस ऑनलाइन हेचआर इंटरव्यू था वो नहीं बोलेगा ओके ऑलरेडी एसक्यूएल सीक्वेल के रिटर्न टेस्ट हमें क्लियर करते हैं उन्होंने वो करना
Okay, guys, done.
DSG का तो एक कंपनी है
How many of you were successful in the practical,
DSG का तो एक कंपनी है वो बैंगलोर
guys?
लोकेशन में SQL को नॉलेज
Hello, am I audible?
ओके DSG में फर्स्ट 6 मंथ्स तुम 15K पे
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Done.
उसके बाद उन लोगों फिर 25,000
Did you perform the practical?
पे करते 25,000 पे करते हमें रिटर्न टेस्ट माने हमें क्लियर करते हैं आपको और तुम SQL को नॉलेज
Did you perform, guys? Forget it. I know you didn't.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
क्या सब पता है जस्ट
So the next practical is,
बेसिक क्वेश्चंस ही पूछते हैं ज्यादा क्या
well, I'm going to open a website. Let's say,
SQL को जरा ब्रश करो उसका अच्छा जरा नॉलेज
okay. So you can see I'm starting a response right here. Break. And I'm going to open a website. Okay, a website is something. Uh, 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 Instagram.com. Okay. You can see this is a breakpoint coming up here. Wait, 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 wait. When Instagram will come, I'll pick a drop pointer. You can see Instagram login, something is coming with Instagram. But I cannot see HTML page. Right. And with the GET request. See right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this request to my website or any other request, any other page. For an example, okay, my one only. Okay, so what I'm going to do is in a pretty simple and easy way, whatever the packets it is going to come regards to Instagram.com, I'll just change it, okay, to Instagram. In all the GET requests, okay? I'll just copy this completely. Copy. You can see the host is Instagram only, so I'm sending. This is something else. I need to only get change in the GET request. See again, this is a GET request, so I'm going to change, and you can see it is something public code, something different is coming. So as I said, change. Next, 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 next. Again Instagram. Next.
May I know your name, please? Okay, just give me. Hi Srikanth, my name is Ravin. I'm calling from Upward Staffing and Solutions. I called you regarding a job
And you can
opportunity.
see the change right in here somehow. Authentication is coming. Okay. So furthermore, if you want, you can change the host as well. Okay. So from that hackerbase.org something. So you can just change it to this as well. Okay. And somehow this referral as well if possible. Next. Next. See here. Paste. Wherever you see Instagram, just change it. Until the website is properly opening. So guys, can you see here? It is instagram.com. But which website is open? You know this website, right?
Yes, sir.
And if you even don't know this website, you know that this is not Instagram. Even the logo on the top you can see is Instagram logo. You like the tag? This is what
Yes, sir.
the tag is called as. So session hijacking. Okay, try once. If you want to learn, then try once. If no, then it's your call. I personally feel you are not even trying once, as the score I am getting from your side. You are just watching the video, what I'm showing. But you know what? This is cyber security. This is not MBA or any other course like that. If you don't try, if you don't perform, you won't be able to do it. Right now it looks like easy, but I bet you won't be able to do it once as well, because it is actually not easy. I have a number of years of experience in doing such things, so it's easy when I'm showing. But when you will try, you won't be able to do it because it's the first time. So guys, I hope you are not doing. So let's do another practical. Okay, so I am starting my Kali, removing this proxy not needed anymore. Whenever it is done, you can just remove the top. proxy settings. Sorry. So now there is a tool called as BetterCap, which is not at all installed. So I'm going to install it. Okay. So now the same practical is there, but in here I'm going to use another mechanism called as SSL strip. Right. Usually what happens is many a times, likewise, when you have the HTTPS connectivity, the data is already encrypted, right? So when the data is encrypted, you won't be able to see the data in clear text format, right? So how can you get the data, right? If the website use is HTTPS kind of thing, right? Because it is encrypted. So here I introduce a new tool called as BetterCap, where I'm going to perform SSL stripping, right, which will convert the HTTPS packet into HTTP so that you can easily see the data. Okay, so I'll use BetterCap minus H. First of all, see the options. So there are lots of options in here, right? iFace and all. So I'm going to use some sort of further options. It can be different because it is a new version. Minus I ETH0 is my interface I want to monitor, and my target is the same IP because I'm just showing you all. So 192.168 dot, let's say 20.50. Or if you have any other machine, you can use another machine as well. That's not a big deal. So let's start one more machine in order to do this practical example. Windows 7 will be sufficient. This is a different machine. This is my victim machine, if I say. Well, this is every time giving me errors. So I'm just removing this KF sensor as I don't want any errors.
If it starts at 3.5 to 4.5, it depends on the performance of the launch. How do you test it?
Okay, so I have a browser here and CMD ipconfig. It is 20.7, right?
But actually, you have to delete the rest of it. Are we interested? You said you are learning Java, right? Is there any placement opportunity over there, or you need to look after it?
In this practical, I'm not going to use any proxy or something. Just going to use the sniffing methodology. Right, so my target is 20.7, right? And I'll say hyphen proxy. So I'll perform sniffing in order to see all the post methodologies. Enter. As I said, see, this is something showing different as minus x is not understood.
It's like we are looking for another opportunity also in Java for the candidate. The company name is Tictora. Lectora. Lectora. For that company, we need Java candidates. They are interested to
Okay.
learn. But your technical course is not completed. Any of your friends are looking for Java opportunities?
So as this is not understanding,
Please share my number with them and tell them this is the kind of placement opportunity. If they are interested, they can call me to discuss.
what I can do is um, let me check what other option we have, because X option is not understanding. Just a minute. Let me check the new options. Let's try without X.
I'm Jyoti from Advisor Staffing and Solutions.
No. So it's a completely new version here. Right. So what we need to do is we need to try with some another methodology. Right. Not to worry. So I say better cap. As you can see, the options are completely changed. So I say I face. Okay, and I'll say ETH 0. See, so it started with the monitoring.
Okay, in 2021.
Now once we are in monitoring mode, I'll check out what are the other interfaces, right? I'll say net.show. So you can say I have 20.1, I have 20.50. Where the hell is the 20.7? It is working. Then why it is not showing? Okay, so it is like these two are the connectivity. Not a problem. So we'll check with the modules. What are the modules we have in this new better cap? So you can see we can perform lots of the attack, right? Uh, I can see any proxy, ARP spoofing, DNS, and all of the others as well, right? So what I'm going to do is, one of the event is already running, right? So I'm going to use first of all net.probe.on means start the monitoring. You can see I found a new machine that is 20.7, which is MAC address, right? And now as I got the IP address, okay, I'm going to say set ARP spoof, which is I found out here, right? ARP spoof right here. So I'm going to use ARP spoofing methodology in order to sniff the data. Okay, dot full duplex true. So whatever the packets going and coming, I want all the packets. Okay, and now I'm going to specify the target ARP spoof dot targets. So what is the target? I found a new IP, right? If you remember, that is 157. I mean 7, right? So I can say my target is 192.168.20.7. Okay. And now I'm going to say ARP spoof on. So it started with the spoofing. It don't give me any error right now, right? And I'll start like set net.sniff dot local, and I started sniffing as well, so that we can perform sniff, and I can say net.sniff as on, so that it can start sniffing. Okay, let's check whether our attack is working or not. Okay, so I can say hackersbase.org. Let's see whether it is capturing. You can see it is capturing, my friends. See here, hackersbase.org, right? And the best part is, see right now it is HTTP. Let's go with HTTP and with the login page. See, it is opening. Let's see the certificate. See, it is not the original certificate I got. It's from somewhere here. And I can see HTTPS. You can see hackersbase.org right here. Let's try to log in, right? And I'll say, let's say, test for an example, just to verify that it is capturing or not. Whether it is a wrong password, not an issue. See what we got. Did we get any content? So it started sniffing. It started showing everything, like these websites are visited, right? You see that we are not doing anything. Okay, we have not even done any proxy or inform Windows 7 that I want to monitor this website. No, it's all from our Kali side. Right, and you can see it is absolutely fine. Guys, note down the practical because it is not there anywhere.
Hello, may I speak with Sachin? May I speak with Sachin? Hi Sachin, this is Swagat calling from Avengers Capital Solutions. So I got your regarding job opportunity. Are you looking for job right now? Okay, what is your
I
qualification
can
and
also
experience?
perform like let's say off. It will stop
Yeah,
it,
so
and I can also say net.snif dot output if you want to export. Okay,
okay. Currently we're hiring for the company ESG and this is for
and specify somewhere location where you want to export
so the
this
role
all
is
capturing thing.
requires knowledge
I
of
can say to
software
home, Azure,
do you have knowledge
let's
of
say desktop,
okay so what the process is
and let's say
so what we will do
abc.pcap.
is we will
Okay,
interview from your side
okay,
yeah first
I can say
there
sat
will
at
be
the start.
yes
Okay,
we will
and
clear
then
the
I can
okay
even say
and
verbose
after
so
that
that I
we
can
will
even
move
see
further to
with capturing as well. I can even see that it is
yeah
something
so
happening
this
in
is the
background.
dishonesty where we
Then
promise
I can say again
and we
on
just
off,
deliver
right? So
and just
on.
keep it short okay
So now if I
so
see it is going to start creating a file. You can see on the desktop abc.pcap. So it will store all the data inside that file. Okay.
so if you are interested
Apart from
means
that,
you have to
if you want to strip the packet from HTTP to HTTPS, something like that, what you can do
so
is
you have to mention the date of 1 month after the date
you can
not like
stop the packet again,
so if you are onboarded and
right, like this, and you can say http dot
otherwise
proxy dot ssl strip.
so are you interested for job opportunity
Okay.
yeah I
Um,
just want to
it
know
is not there available now in the new version.
so do you have a knowledge on SQL or anything so actually it's not a big problem interview is also not so much tough so
Oh
just
yes, it's like this.
prepare just from my side
Okay.
if you are interested means I will send you mail so yeah and I will inform you at
And
the
now I'm
interview
starting up again. See,
okay
let's
yeah sure
log
you
out.
can discuss with your family also I
And
just
I'm going to, let's say,
because
facebook.com.
one of the good opportunity has
a@b.com and 12345. Okay, see, it's nothing like that. It's just about we need to monitor. Okay, so let's go to the Kali. So it is getting linked to Facebook. You can see right here. See right here, facebook.com. Okay, similarly, let's not waste the time and open this pcap file in this Wireshark and search for the post parameter. Okay, so let's say display filter of post. What I want is a post parameter, right? Let's first search in HTTP. It is some another page. You can see it is a light speed. So I found another thing. Let's say Facebook is using Lightspeed Tech, a Lightspeed web server, right? As you can see here directly, and that's why the Facebook is pretty, you can say, fast. So this is also one enumeration you can easily do with the help of SSL stripping. Okay, guys, note the commands. These are the command, guys. First go inside this, right? And then I'm just creating a notepad to show you all the commands, okay? Just note out the commands. So the first command is better cap. Second command will be set arp.spoof dot targets. Specify your target. My target was 20.7. Then I'll say arp.spoof dot on to enable the spoofing, and then I'll specify net.sniff.output to save the file.
give you 15,000 because will be not permanently employed over there. After 6 months of defining, they
And I'll
will
say
be permanent employee and then
net.sniff on. Okay,
yeah, direct placement.
that's it.
Return list will manage here itself. You need to take care of the HR round. You said you are trying, right? At least you can take care of the technical round. Return list will manage here itself. Okay, issues. This is my contact number. You can call me with this. చెప్పేది జావా కానీ కానీ సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ కంటే నేను ఆల్రెడీ నేర్చుకున్నాను ఇప్పుడు సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ కూడా వచ్చా అంటే ఐ డోంట్ నేను రిజిస్టర్డ్ నానే రిజిస్టర్డ్ నానే
Okay, guys, done.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
ఎవరు ఇద్దరు గర్ల్స్ వస్తున్నారు కదా
So that's all from the sniffing side. Okay. Furthermore, what we can do is, I want you to practice this. We have 30 minutes, so not starting up the new topic. I want you to try this practical plus the earlier practical for next 30 minutes. I'm starting the timer. Okay. If you have any questions, you can just ask me. Okay, guys, so that's all for the day. Right, I want you all to practice this. Right, see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.